The first victim's death was ruled natural. A heart attack, middle-aged man. No injuries, no struggle. But Detective Aaron Cole couldn't let it go. Because 2 hours before the man died, he had received a message. Not a threat, not an insult, just one line. You know what you did. You have 48 hours. The man collapsed less than 12 hours later. At first, the message was ignored. People receive strange messages all the time. But then it happened again and again. A woman in her early 30s reported receiving an anonymous email. No sender, no trace. The message didn't accuse her of anything specific. It didn't explain itself, it only said time is running out. She went to the police the next day. She said she felt watched. She said she couldn't sleep. Officers advised her to block unknown contacts and try to relax. 3 days later, she was found dead in her apartment. No wounds, no poison, no forced entry, cause of death, cardiac arrest. Detective Cole started lining up the cases. Different cities, different victims, different backgrounds, but the same pattern. Each victim had received a message that triggered something deep and personal, something only they understood, and none of the messages directly told them to do anything. The killer never said, "I will kill you." He let their own minds do the work. Autopsies showed extreme stress levels, elevated cortisol, severe anxiety responses. Their bodies had shut down under pressure their minds couldn't handle. That's when Cole realized something terrifying. This wasn't a killer hunting people. This was a killer selecting guilt. Each victim shared one hidden connection, unresolved past actions. Accidents they never confessed to. Decisions that ruined someone else's life. Secrets buried so deep they thought no one could ever know. But someone did, and that knowledge alone was enough to destroy them. Cole's team traced the digital trail. The messages were routed through public networks, libraries, cafes. No fixed location, no device pattern, no fingerprints. The killer didn't stalk homes. He studied people online forums, old court records, comment sections, archived news articles anywhere guilt leaked through words. The killer wasn't violent, he was patient. And the scariest part, he never repeated a message. Every victim received a sentence crafted only for them. As the death count rose, panic followed. News outlets started using the same phrase, deaths with no cause. But Cole knew the cause, fear. And whoever was behind it understood the human mind better than any weapon ever could. And then, the killer sent a message to the police, not a threat. Just a question. How many deaths will it take before you admit the truth? The turning point came from a mistake Elias never expected. One victim survived. A man named Robert Keene was found unconscious but alive in his apartment, his wrists tied, the same symbols carved into the wall, the same audio device hidden under the table. But unlike the others, Robert had passed out before the final instruction played. When detectives questioned him, Robert said something chilling. "I never saw him," he said, "but I heard him breathing, not in the recording, in the room." That single sentence changed everything. Until now, investigators believed Elias operated remotely, but Robert's apartment had no signs of forced entry, no fingerprints, no cameras capturing anyone entering or leaving. Yet air samples showed recent human presence. Elias hadn't just controlled fear from a distance. He had been close, very close. Detectives re-examined Elias's psychological profile. He didn't crave violence, he craved control. Fear was his weapon, but proximity was his reassurance. He needed to feel the moment when fear crossed the line into collapse. A breakthrough came when cyber analysts traced Elias's network activity to brief offline gaps, moments when devices went silent for exactly 3 minutes at a time. Always near the crime scenes. Always during the final phase, that meant one thing. Elias was disabling signals manually. He wasn't watching from afar. He was nearby, hiding in plain sight. Investigators mapped all crime locations and found the overlap. Abandoned service tunnels connecting old apartment complexes, spaces no one checked anymore. Thermal cameras were installed. 3 nights later, movement appeared. A man standing completely still in the dark. Elias Crow didn't run when officers entered the tunnel. He didn't resist. He didn't even look surprised. Instead, he smiled. "You're late." he said calmly.
Fear already did its job.
During interrogation, Elias finally explained everything. He never forced anyone to die. He never touched them. He simply removed certainty. He convinced his victims that death was inevitable. Their minds did the rest. Panic attacks, cardiac arrest. Shock fear became the executioner. What I proved, Elias said, is that the human mind is more lethal than any weapon. Elias was convicted on multiple counts of psychological homicide, the first case of its kind. The trial changed how the law viewed mental manipulation as a form of violence. And long after his imprisonment, something unsettling remained. Some survivors, people who had received his messages but escaped, still reported panic attacks years later. Because Elias Crow was right about one thing. Fear doesn't need hands, it doesn't need weapons. Once planted, it knows exactly how to kill. If this story made you think, like the video and subscribe to The Real Crime Truth for more psychological crime stories. Thank you for watching.